Hey y'all, it's CJ here. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'll be doing a video on just talking about why I love Flowers Food so much. Ticker symbol FLO, F-L-O. And I may be a little bit biased because I work for the company. I've been working for it ever since I started working back in 2014. But I believe it's a good stock to own as well. I haven't bought it yet, as the only stock I own right now in my dividend portfolio is Lockheed Martin. But I'm definitely majorly considering buying Flowers Foods pretty soon. And not only just because it's a dividend stock and I'm a dividend investor, but because of the share appreciation I feel like you will receive over time. I believe you're just going to do well investing in the foods and beverages sector, because companies like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Flowers Food, they thrived over the pandemic. Like, we actually made more money with the company's Flowers Foods, and their stock did well as well. They had record earnings like during the year 2020, and while other companies were going under, going bankrupt, filing for bankruptcy, different things like that, they thrived. And during recessions, they will thrive. They will continue to thrive. So I just believe it's a great, quote unquote, safe company, in my opinion. And they didn't cut their dividend. They didn't cut their dividend either. And actually continue to raise it, to raise their dividend. And they just have a diverse line of brands. Like I stated in the video before, that they have Tasty Cake, Canyon Bakehouse, Dave's Killer Bread. They have Wonder Bread, Nature's Own. And Flowers Foods products, you've probably seen them in the store. Like, they're in stores like down on the southeast region of the United States. We have Publix. So they're in stores like Publix. Y'all all heard of Walmart. They're in Walmart, Winn-Dixie. I'm pretty sure they're in Costco. They're in a lot of stores, and their products range from, you got your honey wheat, your butter bread, your Dave's Killer Bread line of products, which is some of their healthier products. They have, like, a lot of them have grains, like you got your whole grains, you got your whole wheat that they just recently added to their line. You have their Canyon Bread, which is fairly new line of products, like a lot of gluten-free, different types of breads, like white breads, wheat type of breads, and you have their Tasty Cakes with, like, their donuts, honey buns, their cakes, like their chocolate cakes in the boxes. They have their pecan spins. And that's the thing when you're kind of experimenting in the market. A lot of companies issue these new products that they think do well just to test the waters. They're always innovating to try to see what new products they could implement that the customers might receive positively. Sometimes that doesn't always work in their favor. I personally don't like the chocolate pecan spins, and a lot of my customers don't, but um, there are people that do enjoy eating them. They're just not well received in the areas that I've been in. But you're gonna have products like that. You're gonna have products that they prefer, their favorites. Like, I know butter bread and Wonder Bread are some of the best selling products offered by Flower Foods, as well as with the tasty cakes. You have the powdered and the chocolate donuts. Those are really well received. When you get into your varieties, like your lemon donuts and the donuts that you get seasonal on holidays, those aren't as well received as the original flavors. A lot of times the original flavors will always do better as far as favoritism and sales. In my opinion, with my experience, they tend to go towards the original versions of a lot of things with a lot of different companies. So the originals tend to do better. Not to say that they don't buy the varieties that they introduce sometimes seasonally, just don't do as well as far as sales. But they have a variety line of products, and they're gonna keep adding to it, especially as we see the blooming of the health sector. People are moving towards healthier diets, like their doctors and stuff are telling them to go out, and a lot of people go for gluten-free and whole grains and different things like that. So it's a growing sector, and it will continue to be profitable, and they will continue to thrive during the recessions because it's an essential product. They have essential products, and they're not going anywhere as a company, as a stock, or as a business. And they continue to acquire other businesses. I believe they will be on track to do so in the coming years, to acquire other businesses. They will continue to adjust to the competition. Like, I think they're a very small company right now if you're looking at their market cap as far as the stock. I think in my last video I showed that they were it was like 5 to 10 billion. It was in between that range, and that's very small in my opinion. I think they're still undervalued, even though the share price has come up a little bit to $25, $26. But I think that's a good buying range. And I remember back when they was $17, $18, when everything had crashed in the crash of 2020. But they haven't gone up a whole lot. And I believe there will be share appreciation in the coming years. Like, Flowers Food is based out of Thomasville, Georgia. And they have brands like Tasty Cake. I think that's based out of Pennsylvania. It's just a great company to own in your portfolio. But I don't have a whole lot of exposure to foods and beverages sector, and that's an important sector that's not going away. A lot of them continue to raise their dividends. There's a lot of aristocrats. There's some dividend kings, and one day Flowers Food will be a dividend king. But they will continue to raise their dividend even through recessions. That's a stock, that's a company that you can count on. You don't have to stay up at night worrying about, is my money going to get cut for this quarter because they pay out dividends quarterly. And that's a company you can sleep comfortably at night. And so that's one of the companies I'm thinking about adding in 2022, along with Home Depot and BlackRock. Those are some cash cows, meaning they have a lot of cash on their balance sheet and they don't have too much debt. That's what I like to see. That's what investors like to see. Whether you are a growth investor or a dividend investor, you want to know that the company is doing well financially. You want to look at the cash flow. You want to look at the earnings per share. You want to look at their PE ratio. Make sure it's not too overvalued. You want to look at their price to sales ratio. To also determine that factor. But overall, you just want to know that the company is not going to cut their dividend and they're not going under. They're going to do well financially. So, and I think they're even undervalued compared when you look at their PE ratio. It's not very high. They don't have the highest dividend yield, but at a 3% yield, that's still an okay yield. Like, they're raising the dividends, they're gonna beat inflation, I believe, every time. And you wanna find a dividend stock that's beating inflation, as long as they're raising their dividend amount a certain percentage and they're beating inflation. You don't want to lose money. But they're doing that. And they're a good, stable company. They have a great management team. I listened to several earnings calls over the pandemic and throughout this year. And just watching them, he sounds like he has a lot of experience and he knows what he's doing, as well as his team. And that's what you want to see in a company's leadership, that they have that proven track record. So now I'm on the Flowers Food website, and if you go to Home, then Investors, the Flowers Overview, then you click on At a Glance, you'll see this article. But Flowers Food at a Glance, Flowers Food Incorporated produces and markets a variety of bakery products in the United States. Flowers Foods is the second largest producer and marketer of packaged bakery foods in the United States, with 2020 sales of $4.4 billion. We produce a variety of breads, buns, rolls, snack cakes, and tortillas at 46 bakeries in 18 states. Our products are sold under leading brands such as Nature's Own, Dave's Killer Bread, Canyon Bakehouse, Tasty Cake, and Wonder. Most of our products are distributed by a network of independent distributor partners, which covers approximately 85% of the U.S. population. Frozen bakery items and snack cakes are distributed to customers' warehouse nationwide. Flowers' strategic priorities include developing our team, focusing on our brands, prioritizing our margins, and proactively seeking out smart, disciplined acquisitions. We believe executing on our strategic priorities will drive future growth and margin expansion and deliver meaningful shareholder value over time. And then you have this pie chart, and it shows 2020 sales by the category. With the biggest piece of the pie is branded retail. The next biggest is non-retail and other, and then followed by store branded retail. And then this shows the 2020 sales channels. So
As you can see, the biggest here is supermarket, followed by mass merchandiser, and then food service in the gray, and then all other in the blue, and convenience in the red. So it shows you if you click on it. The supermarket was 42%, mass merchandiser is 33%, food service is 17%, all other was 5%, and convenience is 3%. And then you got fresh DSD market distribution. Excuse me. Warehouse products are available nationwide. Numbers indicate multiple bakeries in close proximity. So as you can see here, you have a lot of the warehouse products along the East Coast, but they're rapidly expanding. Like they have a big market, especially going into spreading onto the West Coast and the Midwest region, since there aren't many there. But these are the brands that y'all know and love. Nature's Own, Dave's Killer Bread, Tasty Cake.
You should check out Flowers Foods, ticker symbol FLO. Not the highest of dividends, but they'll get there. We'll get there. And they won't disappoint. It's a great addition to pretty much any dividend portfolio, but always do your due diligence or research first with any company. And if a stock is at a great deal, don't wait because you think it'll go down a few cents tomorrow or a few dollars tomorrow. Buy it now if you think it's at a great deal. Everything lines up. They have great leadership. You like the CEO. And they have great financials. Just go ahead and buy the company or the stock. Don't wait, because those few cents or dollars you think it'll go down, it may never go down to those levels. So if you see it, you have the money, then go buy it. It's as simple as that. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in again to my channel, checking out my videos. I just want to say I love y'all. Have a blessed rest of y'all day.